I don't know exactly how much it's shaped my writing per se, but I think it's shaped how I look at issues about freedom of expression. Because in Mexico, for journalists covering certain themes, they're killed for covering them. And so I guess to return to your question in terms of my writing, I'm very aware that if I had written that book as a journalistic piece, I probably would have been killed. There would be no way to write that book and do the kind of rigorous research with background checks and several sources that journalism demands. I would not have been able to have done that without it being extremely, extremely dangerous. And it was dangerous anyway, doing some of the research, but it would have been more so. Well, there were different stages of the research. So to begin with, 11 years ago, I was, and I don't even really like to call it research. I call it more sort of the listening. It's a process of listening. And so I was with women that were in hiding, and they were the women of drug traffickers in hiding. And then I spent time, because of PEN, with families whose had lost their journalists, members of their family who were journalists, had been victims of assassinations or disappearances. So that took me out into the field also. And then in the state of Guerrero, I did a lot of listening and talking to women who were cleaning ladies, who worked on the beach, who were waitresses, but were women who weren't maybe living in Acapulco, that they were really living in villages outside. And then I did research talking to women migrants from Central America. And then at the end, it was all this time I spent in the women's jail talking to prisoners. So it was a complex 11 years with many different facets. No, I don't think so. I mean, that would be more like keeping a diary or something. No, I think that always when I write, there is a sense of respect for the reader. So because if I were just writing for myself, I wouldn't have to worry about communicating, I guess. Well, I think, first of all, as a teacher, if it's a creative writing workshop, what interests me most is that they have their own voice. I am not interested in people writing the way I write, but I'm very interested in everybody finding and listening to their own voice. So a lot of the work that I do is with that focus. And then the other thing I think I try and express is my passion. I'm not indifferent. I'm extremely passionate about poetry. And I say as a joke, but it's not even really a joke, that poetry is my religion. I mean, it's where I find solace, and it's where I find answers. And so I try and express that to my students.